What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel. You're watching Miguel EDC, the channel where we talk everything EDC gear here. And today we're checking out another 9TiEDC product. And I'm not exactly sure what it is, so let's find out together here. Of course, I'll have this one linked down below so you guys can check out prices, availability, and variants if you're interested for this product and every other product you'll see in this video. But okay, right off the bat, we have some spare blades on a sealed, airtight little bag here. 440, I'm assuming 440 steel on these, and we have about yeah, 3 of them here, right? Clip point blades, it looks like, and they have a interesting pivot area, kind of like a hexagonal looking pivot there. So I don't know. Let's go ahead and see what this one's all about. Is it a knife? Is it a multi-tool? It's a knife. Yeah, it is a knife, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and see what this is. Again, 9TiEDC budget gear, right? We're definitely looking at an affordable end of the spectrum. And this one has a swappable blade, so this should be interesting. First impressions, we got G10 scales on both sides, right? Nothing out of this world that would blow you away or anything, but just very straightforward, grippy and whatnot. Proud liner construction with a G10 back spacer, and we do have, give them credit, right? Deep pocket carry clip, which is reversible for lefties, so they did not leave lefties out there in the dark. That's nice and appreciated. This is interesting, right? The one thing you use, I'm assuming here, to maybe loosen or be able to replace a blade also works as your thumb stud. So you get a thumb stud on one side, but on the other side, it's like, nah, we don't need a thumb stud there. Just a one thumb stud, that's enough. Take it and you'll be happy. But yeah, maybe a missed opportunity, I don't know yet. We have a back flipper, which is not necessarily a jimped one, right? Kind of always like a back flipper to have some jimping on it. But let's go ahead and deploy this thing here. Bam, without further ado, 9TiEDC replaceable blade, 440C steel. Yeah, is this a Scandi grind? Oh man, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I think we have a Scandi grind going on here. All right, this is interesting. I recently looked at a Odin Wolf W Scandi fixed blade that obviously had a Scandi grind. These are a Scandi grind as well. So what that means is this full thing is very thick, but the whole blade is pretty thick up until once you get to here, then it actually drops on a V shape from both ends, and that's your Scandi grind right there. So very interesting, right? Again, stone wash finish, right? Kind of drop point blade, right? Looking pretty interesting there. The back flipper is your finger guard, I guess. So doing some ergos right here. Yeah, that my hand is not going anywhere. That's the finger guard through and through. Ergos actually feel surprisingly good. I'll give them that good ergos there. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10, right? Average size hands, not the biggest of hands, not the smallest of hands. I'm able to get a full grip like that. If you have big old bare hands, bare paws, you should be good. Still plenty of handle left there. And it is a liner lock. So let's check it out. We have about, 20% or so on the lockup. Definitely have good access to the liner here from the show side. The liner has some teeth to it, right? Kind of some jimping for additional grip. And yeah, very easy to push down and to the left. Very nice and easy to access. All right, and let's check the drop. Oh, a little bit of a shake shutter. All right, let's see. Yeah, it's gonna break in nicely, I'm sure. And now I'm deploying off of this nut looking, I'm gonna call it thumb stud for lack of a better word, but I'm sure this is what's holding the blade close so the blade doesn't go anywhere. We'll check that out in a moment. By the way, the alignment is really good, smack in the middle if you ask me. But yeah, that's what I'm using as a thumb stud deployment. So it works. If you had the question of does it work, the answer is it works. Yeah, and it doesn't feel much more. I want to say maybe you are pushing here from one of the corners or whatnot. You might think, it's super uncomfortable. It doesn't feel a whole lot different than a regular thumb stud. So maybe if you're like sitting there fidgeting with it, perhaps after you deploy it for the 200th time, then perhaps, yes, it might get uncomfortable, but just a few times, right, you should be okay. So very nice and easy to disengage, by the way. All right, good drop shot action. And we do have milling on the inside for weight reduction. There you go. Doesn't feel too heavy, doesn't feel too light. It feels like a good weight. For the size knife it is. I mean, we're looking at a pretty chunk, a pretty good decent amount of knife, that's for sure. So, and again, detent situation, pretty snappy detent, but it's not. I want to say, I mean, can I, thank you. I mean, for what it's worth, got a good tune to it. Let's see if I can light switch it, and can I push button it? Yeah, so both of those work. There you go, push button and the good old light switch. So with that in mind, let's do some size comparisons, right here to give you a ballpark. Now this thing is going to come loose from time to time if you deploy it a lot, so I'm like checking to make sure it's tight every now and then. Starting with the big old guys here, the big bros, Microtech MSI. By the way, this one's rocking the Lex Customs titanium scales right there. Check out that video if you haven't already. Rumors are that there might be a scale in the works for the Stitch. Might see that video here in the near future, so definitely stay tuned for that. But yeah, you can see it definitely hangs in there. Still a little bit shorter than these two, but still giving them a good run for the money nevertheless. Here's the PM2 right there, right? Very PM2 size. Take a look at that, right? Actually, wait a second. Yeah, pretty much on par with the PM2, obviously larger than the Para 3, as you can see. Here's the Demko AD 20.5, the Kunwu Chad, right? Definitely closer to the Chad, much bigger than the AD 20.5. Civivi Vision FG, and the Kizer Militaw. Right, that's still, I want to say, very comparable to the Militaw, maybe a hair bigger and larger than the Civivi Vision FG. And last but not least, there's the CJRB Pyrite light and the Vosteed Porcupine. All right, take a look at those right there. Right, again, all these are highly recommendable. Link down below. I do have content on all these knives if you guys want to learn more. But hopefully it gives you a good ballpark if you want to know more or less, right, size-wise. Now let's go ahead and get scientific with it here, if you know what I mean. 440C. All right, let's see here. 5x zoom. Edge feels pretty decent. All right, here we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Come on now. And not to mention, again, you might say, you know, it's 440C, like, you know, this and that, and complain that it's not a much more premium steel or what have you. But for the price, pretty sure this thing is really, really affordable. And did I mention that you get not one, but I guess a total of 4, right? 1 already installed and 3 spare ones. So 4 different blades for the same price of admission. Come on now, right? Cardboard cutting here at a diagonal angle. Oh yeah, sign me up all day. Definitely slicing through that cardboard there like nobody's business. And again, a Scandi grind. I thought, you know, maybe it might struggle a little bit because it's not a full flat grind. It's a Scandi grind. I know a lot of people think that, you know, hey, if it's a Scandi grind, it might not cut as well as a flat grind. But listen, I'm here to tell you that this thing cuts really, really nicely. I mean, you saw it in action. So you all let me know, rate that cutting performance on a scale from 1 through 10, 10 being the sharpest, right? You guys let me know in the comments. Let's make some room right here really quick for some quick measurements. All right, just to kind of give you a ballpark right here. This one comes in at over 8 inches, like 8.1, 8.15. The blade length is, I mean, including the whole thing outside of the handle, is 3.5. Cutting path is 3.5. And the handle is 4.5, right? 4.5 inches. So as far as blade stock thickness, I'll give you 2 measurements, right? The thickest portion of the blade here being a Scandi grind, and this makes a lot of sense, right? Why it's so slicey. Even the thickest portion, which is carried all the way down up until the Scandi portion here, it is, guys, only 0.05, 0.05. Probably only, you know, a little bit thicker than your razor blade or what have you. So check that out. Your utility blade, right? Definitely just a little bit thicker than that. The average in the channel for a knife is 0.12. So we're definitely a big difference. Now, if you wanted to check this portion right here, that's going to be a little bit thicker at 0.17. And then handle thickness there is 0.51. Right on the handle. So some quick measurements right there, rapid fire, guys. Let me know your thoughts on this one, right? We definitely would love to hear what you guys think about it. What do you like about it? What do you love about it? Is there anything that you dislike? Let me know, and let's hang out in the comment section down below. Of course, I'll have this knife and every other knife you saw in this video linked down below. It also help out the channel when you use those links, but that's entirely up to you and at 0 extra cost. Hope you guys really enjoyed this one. If you made it to the end, you're the real MVP. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one, either this one or this one. Peace.